This is Matthew, author, artist, and commentator. I run luminousbeings.blog, where you can find all my articles, stories, drawings, and podcasts. There was a very angry-sounding man talking, who looked like he was in good shape, who was talking about, hey, if you can't commit to something for 5 days, and he used all sorts of vulgarity, so I'll just truncate the message. If you cannot stick to something for 5 days, let alone any length of time more to meet your goals, etc., then kind of I don't want to hear you complaining and, rethink your life, basically, which I think is valid. I'm somebody who's tried a lot of things and quit a lot of things and has failed at a lot of things, and I guess you could say I've probably failed to do a lot of things consecutively for 5 days, maybe even less, and I don't complain about it. I'm more silent, but it doesn't mean I'm not guilty of the sin or the mistake of wanting to do something and then lacking the will to follow through, or will and follow through, to meet my goals and see my desires granted or met, or whatever, however you want to phrase that. And that's really sad, and it was very inspiring to me, and I was just thinking about how I'm relaunching things on my blog. I'm really happy with some of those things that I'm doing. I'm kind of directing everything back towards my blog. I've now got my podcasts that I've been doing on the blog. I have my vlogs on my blog. I'm rejiggering the menu system and everything, and I'm writing about a lot more things, and I'm requiring myself to write 12 minutes a day for 5 days a week for 1 hour. For a total of 1 hour of writing work a week, because I want to get paid for my writing. I want my writing to be really good, and I want it to be able to be a job and something that can support me. And if it is, then I think if that's what I want, I feel like it's something I have to push myself, or I have to commit myself to acting like it's a job. And I'm going to act like my writing is a job by actually writing as if it was a job. Now, there are a few jobs. There's the 4-hour work week. I don't think there's the 12-minute work day or the 1-hour work week, but it's a book about, I don't know, something. I keep hearing about it, but I've never experienced it or done anything with it. Anyway, my point is, I'm treating it like a job by putting in 1 hour of concentrated work a week. I stayed up last night for like maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and I wrote 20 minutes. I wrote 2 poems about breastfeeding for this breastfeeding book that I want to write, a collection of breastfeeding poems about normalizing breastfeeding and all of its different, there's a lot of different things. Breastfeeding is more complicated than just putting a baby to your breast. And the poems are kind of about that, and about all the different spheres or aspects of breastfeeding and the life of a breastfeeding mother and child and family even. So anyway, I stayed up to write that, and I was pleased, and I've actually had a decent-ish response. I mean, I'm a very small online presence with my blog, but I'm getting like some mommy blogs picking me up and stuff, and that's kind of cool. And WordPress is about building a network, or WordPress advocates to you when you have a WordPress site that you network with people and reach out to people and do guest blogs and things like that to try to help build your audience and to connect you to more people, whether they be creators or readers or viewers, whatever. And I kind of haven't thought too much about that because I don't really have the time for that. But putting myself out there and hashtagging my stuff on Twitter when I publish it and stuff has been beneficial to me to kind of spread the word. I'm trying to be more consistent. Like, for example, one of the podcasts I put on, so first of all, I don't think I've done a full week yet of the 5 Monday through Friday writing. Maybe I've done 1 week over the last a month or so that I've been trying to do that consistently, but definitely for 2019, like, my plan is to be consistent with that, starting the 7th, but today's only the 9th, so I haven't gotten too far, but I have published something each day. Now, I published last night the thing about the 2 poems, at like 11 something, and then I stayed up to watch, some Super Sentai, and then I got to bed late, and then I went to the gym after only sleeping for like 5 hours or something, which isn't good for you, but I did it anyway, and I had a hard workout, but I pushed through. Like, I'm trying to be consistent, like, in spite of myself. Even if I do things that would, like, sabotage me, I'm not allowing them to, which I think is good. But anyway, one of the things I was going to say was I've relaunched King of Hearts, Queen of Sorrows, the podcast, the video version of the podcast. But now in my show notes for the audio post, or that the audio post is attached to, that generates the feed entry for people who have subscribed via iTunes or Dogcatcher or any RSS feeder, it allows them to. It populates the field for that, or it creates that episode for them to download it and listen. I need to figure out how to put a link into the web page so that they can see all the other content, because I have the video link there if you want to see the video instead. And if you're not subscribed to me for whatever reason, or maybe you just want it directly through that, whatever, which is fine. So like I'm doing that. I created a Twitter account for that specifically, and I'm working on that. And I released on Friday the 6th or whatever that was. I released the episode, the first comeback episode after I took a little hiatus from the G Gundam podcast, and King of Hearts, Queen of Sorrows. And by the way, the Twitter account is at KHQS13 because it's the 13th Gundam fight. Anyway, so I did that. I've produced now the other episode. I have my post set up, my video set up, ready to publish, and all that stuff, but I haven't published it yet because I want to try to go more rapid pace, but like I was ignoring my family a little last night, working on editing the video and stuff, and I just like put too much energy into it, and the podcast is only 10 minutes long, but it took me maybe like an hour or two to watch, to produce, to grab screen grabs, all these things. And it was kind of a big episode. A lot of stuff happened, but like I still wanted to be trimmer and tighter than that and faster. And I'm just going to have to keep tweaking and experimenting with how I do it to make that work. But I do like the end result of the post going up. It's going to be published on the King of Hearts, Queen of Sorrows 13 Twitter account. I'm going to retweet it on mine. I'm going to, it'll be out there in a lot of different ways. And I'm hoping that I can create something. And I would love to be huge and be able to write and podcast and do all these things and not have to do my 9-to-5 job. But I'm just going to keep working at it. And I guess I just wanted to talk about that, throw like a general vlog update about what I'm doing, and talk about how hard it is, but how I want to be committed. And I want to push through that 5-day commitment and that 5-week commitment and yada yada, 5-month commitment to really meet my goals and get things done that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you for your time and attention. I'd love to do more of this. Like, share, and subscribe to cheer me on, or give me feedback to make me stronger and smarter. Visit luminousbeings.blog for more. I link everything I do there, so if you want to comment, that's a place where I'll definitely see it.